Okay, hello everybody, welcome to the channel once again. Today we have a ton of news for Marvel Tōkon. Over the last few days there have been, multiple announcements that we need to talk about and discuss. And there's also so much speculation around this information that it is important to consider. So we're going to cover all of that in this video. Like and subscribe if you enjoy all the Marvel Tōkon content. And now let's get into the news. The first thing that we need to talk about or cover is that the Green Goblin has been announced as a new character for the open beta that is going to happen, for Marvel Tōkon this upcoming weekend. It is amazing news that the Green Goblin is actually going to be available for us to try out and play because he has never been playable before. So great that we can actually explore the character, his moveset, and see what he plays like. I'm for sure going to put him on my team like day one and try him out. The other thing though is that around the addition of the Green Goblin into the open beta, there has been some discussion that we could get even more characters because during the open beta trailer, there's images of the Green Goblin like in the avatars of the game. And there's also, for example, images in the same trailer of Deadpool in the actual lobbies and, the different avatars available for the lobby experience of the title. So it is, an interesting point of speculation that maybe not only the Green Goblin is going to get added, but more characters or people can try out almost the entire roster during the open beta. This is obviously only a speculation. We don't know exactly what is going to happen, but the, full 100% confirmed news is that the Green Goblin is playable and available for everybody to try out during the open beta from the 24th all the way until the 26th. So if you're somebody that was really, wanting to try out the Green Goblin, now you can actually do it. Now I would actually like to point out, around this discussion or speculation that we could get more playable characters for the beta, that if we are going to build up the idea of maybe getting more characters based on the unique avatars for the lobby system of the game, there is actually, in the PlayStation blog, information around how many unique avatars will be available during the beta, and it says that there's going to be 16 unique avatars. And the thing is that before we had 15 playable characters. Now it actually fits because the Green Goblin isn't, character number 16 into the actual roster. So now we have 16 playable characters with 16 unique avatars available for the lobby. So now that it actually fits, I don't know if we can still have that kind of like theory that, we need to get more characters announced as a surprise because there could be association with the actual unique lobby characters. So I don't know even if the unique avatars have to, align with the playable characters and things like that. So it is only a speculation again. Maybe there's a chance that we're going to get more characters and that there is more unique lobby avatars, or that the lobby avatars don't necessarily align with the playable characters and such, but we don't know. So hopefully if we get more characters, it's amazing. If not, at least we got the Green Goblin, which is incredible anyway. So it is pretty good news even if we don't get any more characters. Now the second thing that we have to talk about is related to skins and cosmetics, because over the last few days we've been getting trailers or reveals for some of the skins that are going to be available if you buy the deluxe edition of the game. First we got the classic Captain America skin, and then later we actually got the Mohawk skin for Storm. Now there's a couple of things that are interesting about this that we need to talk about. The first thing is that with the Captain America reveal for the classic skin, we actually get our first look to the classic American comic book shader that the game is going to have as an alternative kind of like graphical style. But it seems like it's only going to be available for classic skins. You can only use it if you actually have a classic skin style for a character. Now, it is kind of weird though. There is such a, big level of effort for having this shader as an alternative when it comes to the graphics of the game, and it is only available with the classical skins. So what this says to me is that there will be more classic skins in the future. It would be really weird that the development team put so much effort into this, shader and also into the cosmetics to actually not put any more classic skins in the game in the future. It would be really random and super weird to put so much resources and time of development into some feature like this and not actually use it in the future. So I feel like we can maybe expect a ton of more classic skins in particular during the entire kind of, existence or development support of the game. Now obviously we also have the skin for Storm, the Mohawk skin, and it looks really cool. It's probably one of the best looking skins of the pre-order for the deluxe edition, but she does not have the American comic book style shader. So like I said before, it seems like it is exclusive to classic style skins, and I do believe that we're still gonna get, skins like the one that Storm has anyway. It's not only going to be classic skins in the future, but it is really interesting that there is this premium feature for the graphics of the game behind the paywall of the classic skin. I think that just means that we are going to get more classic outfits in the future 100%. Now the thing about these two skin reveals and the trailers is that it has sparked some kind of like discussion online about the idea that arcsystemworks titles or games generally don't have that many skins after release or just at all. And I do agree with that, like ArcSys games generally don't have that many outfits or alternative cosmetics, but the thing is, we have to remember that this is not necessarily going to be the case for Marvel Tōkon, because this is on a first layer a Sony and a Marvel game. Even though ArcSys is behind the actual development of the title, the money, right, the investment on the title and the possible success of the game is from Sony and also from Marvel as a franchise. So there's obviously a lot of effort from both parties to try and make the game as successful and as profitable as possible. So I wouldn't be surprised if Marvel Tōkon, for example, was kind of like developed with the idea already in mind of having a ton of alternative skins, and that's why there is multiple skins with, you know, the deluxe edition of the game, and there's going to be more in the future. I don't know exactly how, of course, it's going to happen, because a lot of the time with fighting games, developers tend to argue that it is really hard to make alternative cosmetics because you have to make almost the entire models of the characters again, do the animations again with the new outfits, unless they maybe work some sort of, you know, fix for that in this game in particular in comparison to a title like Street Fighter 6, for example. We don't really know. I do hope that we can get more skins in the future and that it is actually a decent amount of skins and not only 4, you know, or 5 a year, which is what happens generally with games like SF6. We don't know what's going to happen. We don't have any information around it, but I would be pretty confident that, you know, Sony again and Marvel want this game to earn as much money as possible and as big as it can be. So I wouldn't be surprised if, for example, post-release, Marvel Tōkon has a battle pass every couple of months and new skins with them. I don't think it is impossible, so we will know in the future, but I would bet at least my own pocket money to say that we are going to get more cosmetics for the game 100%. So those were all the news and information for Marvel Tōkon over the last few days, and also obviously the discussion points connected to the new info. There was also a new episode mode trailer for the Avengers team that I was not able to cover because I didn't have time, but it is looking pretty good and amazing. I'm very excited for the single player of this game. It looks really high quality and very, very fun. So thank you for watching the video all the way until now. Like and subscribe if you enjoy the Marvel Tōkon content, and see you on the next one. Take care.